Hello, this is Brent, your movie theater explorer, again for another episode of Movie Theater Explorer. And this is episode, I believe, episode 14. And it's just more of a special one. Happy New Year. But I'm keeping this one pretty brief. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a countdown of my top 10 movies of 2025. These are top favorites, basically, top 10 favorite movies of 2025. So, because obviously each person's list is going to be different, as will mine be. Maybe there might be a few in here that you've seen on other lists. That's possible. But a lot of these are going to be probably not ones you're going to find on a normal list. So let's get started. And then obviously, what I'll do also as well is I'll go through I'm going to do the top five re releases or top five favorite re releases of the year that I really just enjoyed experiencing in theaters. And then a top 20 of my most anticipated movies of 2026. So, so we'll get with the top 10 of 2025 and starting with number 10. Number 10 is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Um, yeah, I know it's probably not the best out of all the Mission Impossible movies. I've enjoyed other ones a bit more, but I still really enjoyed this one quite a bit. I really enjoyed the movie going experience of seeing it in theaters, especially in IMAX. Um, Obviously, yeah, it didn't have like um, a bunch of action sequences like the other ones did, but the two that it definitely had were spectacular. And experiencing those in theaters was incredible, especially the submarine section segment. That part was incredible, and then obviously the um, the airplane sequence near the end. So I mean, obviously, without giving too much more in case you haven't seen it, I still think it's worth watching. But yeah, that was number 10. Number 9 is going to be Naked Gun. I so this is a reboot of or more reboot slash sequel. It's some kind of continuation, obviously different actors, but and obviously continuation of characters, more legacy characters. It's like a legacy sequel, so to speak. Anyway, Liam Neeson, you obviously wouldn't seem more of as a serious actor and everything, and stepping into playing a more very like absurd role. Like I mean, he can do comedy. He's actually done some pretty decent comedy, but this is one where he can take the comedy to a pretty absurd level, and how he did it was hilarious. I mean, there were plenty of parts I was laughing my head off in the theater, so it was an incredible experience. Number 8 is going to be The Gorge. I don't know if anyone here remembers this one. Um, First off, it did not come to theaters, unfortunately. It should have, but I mean, these things happen, unfortunately. But yeah, The Gorge was released by on Apple TV Plus, so you can find it there. It's got a good solid cast: Miles Teller, Aaron Taylor Joy, and basically them discovering this area that has monsters underneath that they're trying to protect, like basically keep from getting to the surface. Um, Obviously there's things that unfold. I think maybe I might have given just a little too much, um, but it's regardless, it is worth watching, even if it is just on streaming. I think if you have a good home theater setup, I think it's worth um, experiencing. Number 7 is going to be Wake Up Dead Man. Wake Up Dead Man is the third Knives Out movie. I've enjoyed all the ones that we've gotten in the past, and this one is no exception. And Daniel Craig does a great job in the role, and it's got another brilliant list of a cast fulfilling excellent roles, and in the mystery is very intriguing. A lot of moments that kept me guessing a little bit till the very end, and I'm like, oh wow, I was definitely kind of surprised how it unfolded. It's again, I've enjoyed all these ones, and this is another great one that has been given to us. Number 6 is going to be The King of Kings. It is a movie by Angel Studios. It is an animated movie about the life of Christ, and it portrays it in the to the eyes of a kid. So basically, Charles Dickens is telling the story of Jesus Christ to a kid, and I think it's done in such a good way. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it, um, and it made it. It had some moments where it made it kind of personal for the kid, and I really liked that. So, um, number 5, Predator Badlands. Um, I have not really watched any of the Predator movies, so I'm not very familiar with the lore of it. I more went into this what they were trying to offer, which is a science fiction adventure movie on another planet full of alien creatures, and just how it unfolded, how the world is designed was awesome. The creature designs were awesome, and just the let's see, and just the story that was presented was actually quite good in my opinion. I enjoyed the character moments and everything. So um, again, for someone that's not in the whole lore of the world of Predator, I thought they did a good job for this particular story from an outsider perspective. And again, keep in mind this is coming from someone that's not not in verse with the whole Predator world. So I enjoyed it. Number 4, I'm putting as Rental Family, and I like this one quite a bit. Brendan Fraser is an actor who's been brought in to play the roles of in various lives, and I'm trying to think how to best describe it. One of the examples is he's played to play the daughter or play the father to a kid, um, basically acting like as if he's the father. Anyway, so but there's just a lot of good moments, a great how the story unfolds, and great character interactions. That's what made it great. And then there's some like especially during the second half, like there's a lot of it takes place in Japan. There's a lot of great cinematography, and there's a lot of great location shots and just quite beautiful. And there's the one aspect is the older man in his story. That's probably my favorite um, story in the movie. If you've seen it, you probably know what I'm referring to. If you haven't, this gives you a good moment to go check it out to find out what I mean. Um, Number 3, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Um, Obviously, I heard about it when Coyote versus Acme was not getting released, and they were releasing this one, and I'm like, I want to go support this one, and I just sat there laughing my head off. This was a movie that was more in reminiscence of like animated movies I remember seeing in the late '90s. So just more of the animation style is what I mean, and obviously with Looney Tunes and all that, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was totally wacky, and I think that's why I had a blast. It was a totally wacky movie. I don't watch a lot of Looney Tunes myself, but I definitely got a kick out of this. Um, Number 2, Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Um, I really enjoy the Marvel movies, even if they haven't been on their best foot. I feel like that's been changing this year, and this is one that that's gotten my interest. Just the style of the world, the characters. I didn't really watch. I watched the other Fantastic Four movies. I haven't been the biggest fan of them. I haven't seen the original one they did. They haven't released. I may want to check that one at some point, but or try to find a way to watch it at some point. Anyway, but regardless, I like the cast of choices that they did, and I really like the story that we were given. and just where it went. It was really cool, and um, the score was great. This is Michael Giacchino, and I think I might have butchered his name, and I apologize if I did. But his score here was excellent, and I think he's a good composer, and this is probably now one of my favorite scores of his. I may have to give that some thought, but still, I'm pretty close to saying I think this is definitely one of my favorite scores of his. So, um, yeah, just great action sequences. Um, Villain was great, and a lot of excellent visuals. Number one, F1. And the reason is just, I mean, I enjoy this kind of stories. It's nothing original, but the race sequences were incredible. I experienced this in IMAX theaters, and I felt like I was taken for the ride. And there was just it's always filling to see these kind of all these kind of movies, how they unfold and everything. They're always enjoyable. I always enjoy racing stuff, and just how the experience is utilized from the visuals and from the sound, especially in an IMAX experience, which helped elevate my experience of the movie. But also, it's just I just really enjoyed how the movie unfolded about an underdog story and everything. So um, it's one of those, if you have not seen yet, I do recommend trying to check it out in your home theater. Hopefully, they put it back in theaters at some point in the future. I'm pretty sure they'll go like, hey, they have an open spot and they want to put an older release in. Maybe they might re-release F1. And if they do put it back in IMAX, I strongly encourage to check this out. This is definitely one of the my top favorite movie of the year. Um, I'm just going to run through briefly. That's for my top 10 of 2025. Next, I'm just going to run through briefly my top 5 re-releases of the year. Number 5, Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith. Um, I really enjoy the Star Wars movies, and I really I wanted to check this one out and experience it again in theaters, and it was great. Um, I really enjoyed it. Number 4, Jaws. Um, I actually have never seen this one in theaters beforehand, and and I got to see it for the first time in IMAX, and it was definitely really cool. It looked visually great, and the sound definitely engrossed me. Number 3, Apollo 13. Saw it in IMAX and just kept me very invested, and just how it was utilized for all the space sequences and all the other moments was great. Number 2, the Indiana Jones trilogy. Getting to experience it, um, the whole trilogy in one day was great. Um, so this is again just the original trilogy from Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade. So, and it was definitely a really fun day to go see all 3 of them in theaters. And then number 1, just because these are, I always like seeing these ones each opportunity I get. I've seen them when they came out, and it was great to see them again. Lord of the Rings trilogy. I got to see, it was great. I saw them over a period of a few weeks. So, and it was great to experience each one in theaters. So, again, just always, okay, I think it was the first one. I think there was a 2 week break between the first and the second one, but the third one was went forward. Anyway, those are my top 5 re-releases for 2025. Um, Next, I want to touch on very briefly my top 20. Okay, come on, I gotta find my list. Oh yeah, here we go. I want to go through my top 20 of 2026. Number 20 is Legend of Aang. This was higher up, or this would have been higher up if it didn't get pulled out of theaters, and it's now just going on to Paramount Plus. But I still want to check it out. It's been a while since the series ended, and I want to see how this whole thing unfolds many years later. So I'm curious on the story they tell. Hey, and fingers crossed, maybe something happens and they might put it back in theaters. Paramount, this is my petition to say, please put it back in theaters. Anyway, number 19, In the Blink of an Eye. Never heard of it. I didn't really hear about it until recently. It is a movie directed by Andrew Stanton, who's directed Finding Nemo, Wally, in a live action John Carter. So I'm curious on him doing a new live action original. So this one kind of has my curiosity. I don't know much about it. Number 18, Hexed. It's a new Disney animated movie. If I'm wrong on this, I apologize, but I think it's supposed to be 2D. I might be wrong, and if I am, I sincerely apologize. But regardless, it's a new animated movie from Disney, and I'm curious on it. Number 17, Street Fighter. Um, I gotta admit, I'm one of those. I get a kick out of the one from the '90s. I saw it as a kid, and I mean, it's totally cheesy. I've not seen the one that followed The Legend of Chun Li, that was done with a different studio, different cast, and all that jazz. But this one's obviously with another director, different cast, and it looks a lot more faithful to the game as far as the look of the characters. So I'm kind of curious. I don't know if it's going to be any good or if it's just going to be bad, but hey, it looks like it could be fun, and I'm excited. Number 16, Jumanji 3. Um, so basically, Jumanji 3, when we say Jumanji 3, we mean the third one with Dwayne The Rock Johnson and all the, with Kevin Hart, Jack Black, Karen Gillian, with that cast. So looking forward to see how this one unfolds. I've enjoyed the other two, and I'm looking forward to this one. And I enjoyed the original Jumanji, and I enjoyed the little hints they brought to that original one. So, number 15, Hoppers. I like when Pixar tries to do some original animated ones, and this one just looks like a pretty interesting concept, and it looks pretty fun, and I look forward to seeing how it turns out. Number 14, Greenland 2 Migration. Um, I don't know if anyone here remembers Greenland, that came out back in late 2020, with Gerard Butler, basically end of the world scenario, him trying to protect his family. So this is a continuation. They end up in a bunker in Greenland, and so now it's just years later, and they're trying to get back into the world. And I think some craziness assumes it looks pretty bonkers, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. Number 13, Spider Man Brand New Day. So this is one that takes place sometime after Spider Man No Way Home, in terms of the Spider Man character. And I don't know a whole lot about it right now, but I'm looking forward to seeing what we're given. Number 12, Masters of the Universe. And I've not really grown up with much of He Man or anything like that, but the reason I'm more excited for this is the director, Travis Knight, who directed Kubo and the Two Strings and Bumblebee, which I think are great movies. And I'm very interested to see what he does with this. No trailer to see how good it is or how bad it is, but I'm excited, and I do look forward to checking it out. Number 11, Supergirl. So I really liked the new Superman movie that came out in this past year, and I saw the trailer for the new one. It's kind of got a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe a little bit, and I'm looking forward to see how this one unfolds. I hear the story that they're basing it off of is supposed to be really good. Um, I don't read a lot of comic books, so actually I don't really read comic books, so I don't know how it's gonna how that story is. I've never read it, but I I look forward to seeing how this DCU turns out. Number 10, Super Mario Galaxy movie. I really like the first Super Mario movie that they did 3 years ago, and I am looking forward to seeing what they do with this new one. The animation looks great, and I really like the Super Mario Galaxy game. That was a lot of fun to play. Number 9, Don Bluth, Somewhere Out There. It's a documentary about the about Don Bluth's creative work and all that. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know they're trying to get it out. I'm presuming it's going to come out next year or come out this year in 2026, um, but we'll see. But regardless, I'm looking forward to seeing this when it comes out. Um, I'm a big fan of Don Bluth's work, um, from Secret of Nim to American Tail, Titan AE, All Dogs Go to Heaven, and all that. And Anastasia is another great one as well. If you haven't seen any of them, they're worth checking out. I would say the first one I would recommend out of anything is Secret of Nim. And he's also worked on that game Dragon's Lair. So, anyway, um, number 8, Wildwood. This one's this one's more of a wild card because I don't really know if this one's going to come out. They don't have a set release date, but fingers crossed that it's ready and it's all good to go. I'm a big fan of Leica Studios' work. Um, they have done a lot of great work. I really like Kubo and the True Strings and Coraline, and and I'm excited to see how this one turns out. That little preview that they provided looks great. Uh, so fingers crossed it comes out this year. Number 7, The Mandalorian Grogu. I really miss seeing a new Star Wars movie in theaters, and so I'm excited to see this new one. And I've enjoyed the Mandalorian series. Um, I don't think this is going to be a movie that's going to blow the doors down and become this great epic movie ever, but I think it's going to be a fun time, and that's what I'm more in for when I see a Mandalorian. Is a fun time, and I think this movie will be exactly that, especially experiencing an IMAX. It'll be a lot of fun. Number 6, Dune Messiah. Um, if you have seen the other two Dune movies by Denis Villeneuve, then you know how epic they are, especially in a movie theater and especially on IMAX. So I am really excited to see him conclude his story that he wants to do. Um, So I think he is, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he has said that this is the last one he's doing, which is based off the book Dune Messiah. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to see how this thing unfolds. I'm kind of familiar with some of the story, or just more of the, maybe the final destination, but I don't know exactly how it's going to unfold. But I'm looking forward to seeing how it all unfolds, especially on screen. Number 5, Coyote versus Acme. We're getting it. That's all I can say. We're getting it. Um, yeah, so obviously this is about so Coyote basically has been trying to catch the Roadrunner for many years and decides to sue Acme for being provided many faulty devices to be able to catch the Roadrunner. Um, and it just sounds like a brilliant idea. This was shelved by Warner Brothers, and I'm so glad. I think it was Ketchup Entertainment that has bought it and is going to distribute it this summer. I'm so excited. Yeah, if you guys can't tell. Um, Number 4, Avengers Doomsday. Um, I've really enjoyed the MCU, even in moments where maybe it's not been the strongest as it has been in the past. Which I mean, come on, the the Infinity Saga was incredible, and it's really hard to top it after that. Um, I am looking forward to seeing how this unfolds. I saw the two teasers, the first one with Captain America, and this last one I saw posted online from with Chris Helmsworth as Thor, and and it's grabbed my attention enough that I'm excited to see how this unfolds, and I'm excited to see how what happens and everything. Um, so yeah, end of December, around December, I'm looking forward to this. Number three, The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan, big fan of his, and and I'm excited to see what he brings onto the to the IMAX screen next. And that prologue looked incredible that I saw when I saw Avatar: Fire and Ash, and so I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings and just how epic it can be. It's going to be awesome. That's all I can tell. Um, Even if it doesn't fully deliver, it'll be awesome. Number two, Project Hail Mary. The author that did The Martian also wrote this. I don't know real anything about it, but the trailers looked really intriguing. I hear it's supposed to be really awesome. I'm very excited. The trailers have really sold me. Um, and I'm excited to see how it all unfolds. Directed by, oh man, I know I'm going to get the names wrong. So I am the creators of the Spider-Man Into the Spider Verse are involved with this. So, and I am excited to in the vision, and it's visually cool. I am so yeah. I'm very excited to see this. It is very intriguing, and I can't wait to go see it in theaters. Number one, Disclosure Day, the one that was declared the untitled Steven Spielberg movie for a while that we supposedly involved UFOs and all that. It's called Disclosure Day. That trailer was rather intriguing, but the main reason I am more excited for this is because I grew up enjoying Steven Spielberg's movies, especially like E.T. In the parts of Close Encounters was great. If you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend seeing Close Encounters. And of course, E.T. is great. I enjoy his other science fiction movies like Minority Report and War of the Worlds. And I look forward to seeing him returning to the science fiction roots and to bring us something that just looks like it's going to be awesome. And John Williams is back to compose another excellent score. I am excited to see how this thing turns out, and this is definitely my top pick of anticipation for the year, just because of all that. So, and again, I don't know where all these things will get placed when the whole year is up, but this is where everything stands right now. Anyway, that's I will conclude this episode right now. I will be back with another episode rather shortly, going through some of the recent ones I've seen, and that includes something like Stranger Things, but I got to see that in theaters. Anyway, that's for another time, or another day. But regardless, I really appreciate you guys continuing to tune in and listen to me talk about movies and seeing movies in theaters. And I hope you have a great evening, great day, and all, or whenever you're listening to this. And we will talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye.